It's time for my top 10 Oculus Quest games since launch. Hey Questers, and welcome to another episode of BMF, the unofficial home for all things Oculus Quest. Keep up to date on Quest news, game reviews, and the latest developments by subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. This list is going to be totally subjective, so I'm sorry if your game did not make it on the list. These games are games that I find myself either coming back to or that offer unique experiences I think everyone should try. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into my list of top 10 Oculus Quest games out so far. First on my list of must-play games is Journey of the Gods. Journey of the Gods is a first-person action-adventure game with sword fighting, mystical powers, and a beautiful minimalistic visual style. In this lightweight RPG, it's your goal to stop the darkness of the Chaos Moon from taking over the land by learning how to harness the power of the gods. My favorite aspect of Journey of the Gods are the gameplay and visual style. The game feels wonderful while playing, no matter if you're sword fighting or shooting your crossbow, and with some light RPG elements like upgradable equipment, it's a lot of fun. Second on my list is Vader Immortal Episode 1. Now, I know that the story is a short experience at just about 45 minutes, but who can go wrong with jumping into the Star Wars universe and coming face to face with one of the most iconic movie villains in history? As a huge fan of sci-fi and specifically the Star Wars universe, it was a dream come true to be transported a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Plus, handling a lightsaber feels really good. Even though the story is on the short side, the lightsaber dojo mode more than makes up for it. Next on my list is Superhot VR. I debated putting this game on my list only because I've played it quite a few times on various platforms. But then I realized that I'd played it on other platforms and still love it, so it makes sense to be here. In Superhot VR, you take on the red faceless enemies in a virtual environment, all while time is relative to your movement. Each move you make allows time to progress slightly, which is a great mechanic and allows for some John Wick-like action and makes you feel like a total action star. After the campaign is over, there are various other modes to keep you coming back to the game, so I for one am very happy with Superhot VR on the Quest. The fourth game on my list is Shadowpoint. This was one of the first games I played and reviewed on the Quest, and the experience has stuck with me since then. I recommend this game to everyone interested in a game with an amazing story. Sir Patrick Stewart does the narration for the game, and the voice performances by him and the other cast are stellar, and the story pulls you right into the game. In Shadowpoint, you're trying to solve the mystery of a missing young girl who vanished from the observatory years before. With challenging puzzles and a great artistic style, this game is just a joy to play in all regards. And if you haven't had a chance to check it out, then I highly recommend it. Up next is Fujii, an out-of-this-world relaxing adventure gardening game. Some people said they just didn't get the game and didn't like it, but honestly to me it's still one of the most relaxing experiences on the Quest. Explore the alien environments to collect seeds you can use in your garden, all while enjoying the relaxing pace of the game, the peaceful and uplifting soundtrack, and the unique and visually stunning graphics. I love Fujii, and it's a great way to unwind, and because of its relaxed pace, it doesn't rush you along or make you feel like you have to do anything. Play through at your own pace and set up your garden however you want. Sairento Untethered is next on our list, and if you haven't played it yet, what are you waiting for? Sairento Untethered technically is a port from PC, but in reality it is a totally new game built from the ground up for the Quest. In the game you play as a cyber ninja, where you can leap, flip, and wall run your way to destroying the enemies. There are a ton of awesome weapons you can utilize, and the fighting mechanics are just amazing. Some people do complain about motion sickness when it comes to the game, but there are a lot of locomotion settings in the game. In fact, there's more than I've seen in any other game so far. With a great upgrade system, plus the fact that the devs have been on top of not just fixing issues, but releasing content like graphical upgrades and additional features, this game in my opinion is a must-buy. It was also just announced that new DLC packs will be coming to the game with new levels and weapons, plus multiplayer is on its way to the Quest as well. Next up we have Racket NX, which again is a port, but as I mentioned in my review, it doesn't feel that way. In fact, it almost feels like the game was designed with the freedom of the Quest in mind. In this game, which is similar to a combination of racquetball and breakout, your goal is to destroy all of the targets by slamming the ball with your racket into the wall of the dome around you. Sounds simple enough, but trust me, it gets crazy, and it's a ton of fun. The mechanics work beautifully on the Quest, and it takes full advantage of the 360 degrees you can move without worrying about a tether. Plus, you can even add your own music to the game and the multiplayer is a ton of fun as well. Next on my list is Gun Club VR. Now, I'm a huge fan of gun games already, especially games that use realistic mechanics and models that allow you to feel like you're actually using the weapons. But this game not only allows you to do that, but it also has an amazing upgrade system for all the weapons. Many people say that it's just a target practice game and that it's boring. I will admit that you do shoot targets, but it isn't just stationary targets, and the beauty of the game comes with the upgrade system, the awesome visuals the devs were able to get out of the Quest, and the feeling of handling this huge list of weapons. We're almost to the end, and second to last on my list is Raccoon Lagoon. I know this game really released just a week and a half ago, but it quickly became one of my favorites. As a fan of farming and lifestyle simulators, I was really looking forward to Raccoon Lagoon, and I have to say, it did not disappoint. In the game, you're tasked with helping the NIM who are stranded on your island after their ship crashes to create a life by helping them build their shelters and shops, plant food, mine materials, and a whole slew of other activities. I haven't had the time to delve as much into the game as I would like, but I know a few people have mentioned to me that they have played over 10 hours of the game and still have a ton to do. Overall, it's a great game and it's a ton of fun. Last on my list was a surprise to me, and it hasn't quite come out yet. Lately, I've been playing a fair amount of Ninja Legends as I get ready to release my review later this week. I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised. I know a lot of people were upset that this was another wave shooter, but the game feels like much more than that. As the levels progress, the game gets quite hard, even on the normal difficulty levels, and the ability to parry attacks and slice and dice your enemies feels really natural. Normally, I hate blocking mechanics, but this game gets it very right, and after a little while getting used to the mechanics, you'll feel like you've been training to be a ninja your whole life. Watch out later this week for a full review of Ninja Legends. Speaking of reviews, if you want more of my thoughts on these games, I've reviewed almost all of them, and I'll leave the links in the description. What games do you think should be on my list? Let me know in the comments. If you're looking for other Oculus Quest content, check out my other videos here, and please help me out by liking and sharing this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for future Oculus Quest content on BMF, the unofficial home for all things Oculus Quest. Happy questing.